Hi guys, welcome to War Games. Another video here for you today with an unboxing and an unbooking of the new Death Guard products. So today we're going to have a look at the Death Guard dice and show you them in detail and on the table. We're going to have a look at the data cards for the new Death Guard. We're also going to take a look through the Codex, the Chaos Death Guard Codex. We'll show you some of the bits and bobs in there, and then as well we're going to have a look at the big guy himself. So we're looking at Mortarian, we're going to look at the sprues, and then eventually this is something that I intend to get built up and painted up, believe it or not, and show you this on the channel. So let's get down onto the table and see what they're all about. So straight in, we're going to bring up the Death Guard dice, have a look at these in a nice little case there. Any of you that have already got any GW dice will be used to these cases. Try and open this without breaking a nail. They're easier said than done. So let's open. Let's put them there. They've got a strange feel to them. So the plastic casing on the outside, and then all the pustules inside, which are absolutely fantastic. These are squishy, like squishy inside. Now I've actually already had to play around with these. I think they're fantastic. When we look, let's go through the numbers. So we've obviously got a 1, then we've got, where's 2? Come on. So you've got 2, you've got a 3. Not the easiest things to see, to be fair. That's a 5. So you've got a 4 there, and we've got the 5, and then finally we've got the 6. I think they're probably better used as wound markers rather than just rolling in game. I think people might have an issue with trying to see them. You could easily get them confused and could be then accused of picking false numbers up and making your rolls better. What I like about them though is when you take them and you roll them, they kind of just stop. They've almost got some sort of animatronic to them where they literally just stop. They don't roll around much, so you're shaking them in your hand, dropping them down. There was concerns as to whether they're weighted, but I've just rolled a few in front of you there. So I've got 2 6s, 3 2s, a 1, a 3, and 2 4s. To be fair, that's a mixed bag of rolls. It's not terrible. Let's try again, just so that you can see what we're getting. Throw that one again. So that's 3 6s this time. 4 4 4 4 4. Oh, that's a different 4 to that one. That's a bit strange. Looks like it's actually got a bit of plastic missing. Bit of a miscast dice. So 4 4 4. Oh, no, that's the same. Maybe there's just 2 different designs for them. That's another 6 there. A 3 and a 2. So good roll. Third one, just to show. There you go. Lots of 1s. 3 6 1s, 6s. 2 3 4. So we haven't seen a 5, to be fair. Or was that a 5 that we were looking at before? If that's the 4, is that the 5? Of course it is the 5. It's got the big dot in the middle as well. So a good mix of dice. They're not weighted, which is what people were concerned about that they might be. Next, we're going to have a look at the Death Guard data cards. Let's get these opened up. Again, if you've got any of the current like Grey Knight, Chaos Space Marine, or Standard Space Marine data cards, you'll be used to these packs. So you get all your tactical objectives in there, and at the beginning you get a few specific Death Guard ones. So you've got Death March, which is score a victory point of at least 3 friendly Death Guard infantry units are completely within your opponent's half. It's fluffy, get them across the table, score a point if you score that one. Disgusting Devotions, whilst in active, keep a tally of the while this tactical objectives are active, keep a tally of the number of successful, disgustingly resilient rolls you make each turn. Score 1 victory point if you successfully made 7 disgustingly resilient rolls this turn. 7 being the number of Nurgle. That makes a lot of sense. I love this one. Grandfather's Gift from Grandfather Nurgle. Score 1 victory point if at least 1 enemy unit was completely destroyed during your turn, and the last model in the unit was slain in an attack made by a Death Guard model attacking with a plague weapon, i.e. Plague Sword, Plague Skull of Galathea, or any weapon with the Plague Weapon ability. Again, it's a fluffy one. These always are quite fluffy. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. Spread Contagion, and when this tactical objective is generated, nominate one of your Death Guard characters. Score 1 victory point if this character is still alive at the end of the game. That's like just putting a big crosshair right on one of your characters, isn't it? So I'm gonna place this on this guy. You've now got to come and kill him. But it's cool. I like it still. Anyway, Symbol of the Fly Lord. Score D3 victory points if you control exactly 3 objective markers at the end of the turn. No more, no less. That's again. These aren't just really simple ones to get hold of. There is skill to them. And then death begets life. This is my favourite one. Whilst this tactical objective is active, keep a tally of the number of enemy models you kill in each of your turns. Score 1 victory point if you killed at least 7 enemy models this turn. And one additional victory point for every 7 models killed in excess of this, up to a maximum of 7 victory points. That's so powerful. You think if you send a Death Guard army in against a Horde army, so something like, say, a Mortarian army where they've got a unit of 50 conscripts, you could easily wipe through 7 lots of 7s, 49 models. You go through a 50-man blob, you're getting 7 objective points for doing that. Crucial as to when it comes out, obviously, because you don't get to choose when it's in play, and you do it. But then you go through all the normal ones that you get from the book are there. Let's put them to one side. And then we've got the stratagems. I'm not going to read each one of these out. They're in the Codex and you'll be able to see them yourself. But I'll just flick through them so that you can have a quick look at them yourself. They're all obvious ones for like Nurgle's Rot, Cloud of Flies. They all make sense to the Death Guard lore and fluff, and they're good stratagems and they cost different points. Some obviously are a lot better than others, but then that's for you as you're being a general to choose what you're going to go with and what you're going to try to use. I say they're there. I'm not reading them all out. This video would take far too long and it would have to be a video just on the cards. And then Psychic Disciplines, Smite, Miasma of Pestilence, Gift of Contagion, Plague Wind, Blades of Putrefaction, Putrescent Vitality, and Curse of the Leper. I did well saying those. That was with no practice either, guys. So there your stratagems and your psychic powers. You'll find all the exact information inside the Codex. Obviously, at the expense of plugging the store, which I think is only quite right, then you can get that information by buying the Codex. You go to www.wargamesuk.co.uk and you'll be able to buy it. Now, let's take a quick sneak peek at the actual Death Guard Codex. Again, I'm not going to study this page by page because there are other reviews out there. Winter's SEO, that's the one that I recommend you go to. He does a much better in-depth look. What I instantly love about this book, though, is the pages all have this green hue to them, which it ties it in. It's lovely. And then you've got, obviously, your introduction into Death Guard, some fantastic artwork running through, a history behind the Death Guard, Wages of Heresy, how they've come through the Plague Planet, and then like a full organisation chart. Everything's in here, and it's not the thickest of the books. It's probably half as thick as the Space Marine book, but then it's only for Death Guard, so you don't expect it to be. It's also cheaper than the Space Marine book as well, which is good to see that they're pricing the books correctly. Outbreaks of War, you've got a bit of a planetary map there to see what was happening. And the fluff is fantastic. I haven't sat and read through all this yet. I'm hoping that it all matches up with the fluff that I previously know for Death Guard. Again, more fantastic artwork. Demon Prince Mortarian, Demon Primarch, Mortarian at the back there. And this is interesting. We see all these little Nurglings with wings. Are they going to become a thing? We don't know. But there he is, Mortarian. There's a bit of stuff about him and Silence, the weapon of his choice. Yeah, there you go. Just see that in the camera. Camera probably should be higher at this point. You've got Demon Prince, you've got Typhus, you've got Lords of the Death Guard, you've got Death Guard Sorcerers, Noxious Blightbringers, he's the guy out of the Dark Imperium box set and some of the smaller sets. Foul Blightspawn, you've got the Plague Surgeons and the Biologus Putrefiers. These guys are just all looking amazing. The Tallymen, so no longer do you have to take the Demon detachment so that you've got Epidemus in there. They've got their own Tallyman now, and he releases benefits as he goes along. You've got Plague Marines, Blightlord Terminators, my favourite, which is the Death Shroud Terminator, the guys with the huge sides, and they're there to protect Mortarian. Chaos Spawns, and Poxwalkers and Cultists. Cultists are fantastic in the Death Guard armies. You've got all your different battle tanks with some new ones as well. Hellbrutes and Possessed. These are all units that you guys probably used to from the Chaos Space Marine Codex, but they've got them specifically in for Death Guard as well, which means they get set rules. Defilers, hopefully they're coming back onto the shelf soon. We've not had them available to us for a long time. Mephetic Blight Haulers. Again, these things are like little hoovers, which just give out a walking cover buff to your units. They give any unit entirely within 7 inches receives +1 cover. So you just walk around with it and you just get more cover. It's fantastic. Feated bloat drones, plague-based crawlers. That's the new tank. We're going to show you a picture of that in a second. Plague bearers, Nurglings, beasts of Nurgles, plague drones. So obviously we're bringing the demon aspect into there now as well. And then obviously we've got the 14th Legion, and then just some pictures, painted up pictures of different models. There's the big guy himself, Mortarian, other characters are out, Poxwalkers and such. And obviously more scenes. These tanks, these look amazing. These tanks, I'm waiting for these to come through. I'm a fan of them. I wasn't at first, and the more I've looked at them, I think, you know what, actually they're just quite cool, aren't they? What else have we got? Some Plague Bearers, Death Guard Hellbrute, Demon Prince of Nurgle, which has got like a different head and backpack. They're all cool models, aren't they? What else? So there's the little Hoover guy, who gives you the +1 cover, and he's quite a decent sized base, so you're going to get a good 7-inch ring around him, so you easily could walk with him. And then your feated bloat drones got different, so this one's got a flesh mower, and then you've got the blight launcher. Everything's in there, the host, Lords of the Plague Planet, so this is giving you all the different abilities, and the disgustingly resilient. Important to note as well that if you take a Chaos Space Marine detachment and you have a Demon Prince and you give him Mark of Nurgle, he doesn't get disgustingly resilient. If you take Death Guard, he does get disgustingly resilient. It's one of the options that, well, not one of the options, one of the things that comes with Death Guard models. So you're getting those side of the things. There you go, Demon Prince of Negan, Walking Dead. Oh, it's all related. Walking Dead, Nurgle. But yeah, there he is, Demon Prince of Nurgle, Typhus. A little bit of a typo in here as well. So it says in the War Gear options, obviously he can have wings. When you go through to the point section at the back, there is no costing for wings for a Demon Prince. Does that mean they're free? Or does that just mean a typo and the FAQ will be with us as soon as it can be? Typhus, still a beast, still expensive in points though. Chaos Lords, Sorcerers, Plague Marines, Malignant Plague Casters, Plague Bearers, Nurglings, Poxwalkers, Cultists, the Putrefier, the Nightbringer, the Blightspawn, the Plague Surgeon. They're all in here. As I say, I'm not stopping and letting you see all of these things. I'm sure you can freeze frame and look for the rules if you want to. You've got the Tallyman in there. So the Tallyman, if your army is Battleforged and you have any Tallyman on the battlefield, roll 2d6 each time you spend command points to use a Death Guard stratagem. If the result is a 7, Nurgle bestows his blessing upon you in the army, and you get that command point straight back. He's fantastic. He's brilliant. You can re-roll failed hit rolls in the fight phase for friendly Death Guard units that are within 7 inches of the model. He's brilliant. He's just a cool thing. Death Shroud Terminators, Blight Lord Terminators, which are the ones with the guns. Hellbrute, Beast of Nurgle, so we're going back into spawns and bloat drones and haulers, plague drones, defilers, so we're into the heavy supports. Chaos Predator, Chaos Rhino, and there's the guy himself, Mortarian. Absolute beast. I'm not going to read through every single rule, but let's have a little look. Claws and Teeth is melee weapon. It's only strength 2. No, it's not really. It's got an AP value of 0 and 1. Plague weapon. Each time Mortarian fights, he may make an additional d6 attacks with this weapon. That's just a bonus attack that he does at the end. You've got his pistol weapon. You then got Silence. Silence being the big sword. This is the one that people want to see. When attacking with this weapon, choose one of the below profiles. So you either have Strength User, which is Strength 8, or you can have Strength 16 minus 4 AP, and you're getting D6 attacks. D6 attacks at Strength 16. Bear in mind, everybody who's in combat with this guy is -1 toughness instantly. Scabiathax, who I run as the great Plague Lord, he's normally toughness 9. He drops down to toughness 8, and then this hits him at Strength 16. That's wounding him on 2s, hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s. Absolutely brutal. And then he's a Psyker as well, so he's got powers. I know some people are unhappy about the fact that he's a Psyker, but you know what? It's what he is, and there's nothing we can do about that. And then obviously all into the points, and that's the bit that I'm going to flick through very quickly because I don't really want to labour on the points. Just going to show you some more of that artwork at the back. Warlord traits, absolutely brilliant. Really, really nice Warlord traits. Much better nowadays than they were back in 7th edition. And everybody's just waiting for the codexes, because currently anybody who's not got Codex is simply just taking the Tenacious Survivor and having that extra save. But now they're there. Stratagems, we've just walked through them in the cards. You've got your Chaos Boons in here, your Relics of Decay, your Contagion Discipline, which is your psychic powers. There's some cool relics in there as well. And then again, more points into the back. And then tactical objectives, that gives you the extra 6. So you don't have to buy the cards are just a nice touch. And for those of you watching this at the point of release, the cards were very limited on release. They're all coming through now, and as of next week, they're just available for general purchase. So that's good. Let's move everything out of the way. And this is the bit that most of you probably actually come to the video to watch. This is Mortarian. I'm going to see if I can lift that camera up a little bit. Just close that in and get more of the box in. So, fantastic box art, as always, from Games Workshop. You can call it overkill. There's one flap there. There's another flap here. It then has a second flap underneath it, because when you take this sleeve off, you've then got another box with more artwork. So you then undo these flaps, and then you've got another box. Little bit overkill. Is that what we're spending extra money on this fantastically printed cardboard? But you know what? It just gives it more of a feel to it as well. So I actually don't mind. We've then got fantastic instruction booklets. Now, anybody who's built any of the newer models will know that these books, the colour, they just make so much more sense than how they used to. So you go through, shows you how to do it. There's probably not any massive need to magnetize this model from a weapons point of view, but where I probably would recommend is magnetizing the wings on, or at least pinning the wings in, so that just transport is much easier. If you're not going to be transporting them around from tournaments, then that's fine. But from tournament play point of view, get his wings magnetized, get his wings pinned, however you can do to remove them, and then see what you do. Instantly looking through the instructions, and this is pretty much the first time I've done this. I'm looking through sub-assembly for painting. If you're using an airbrush, teaching you to suck eggs, you're going to need to sub-assembly. It's going to be much easier. There's so much detail in here though. But it's good to see there's his rules, so you don't have to buy the Codex. You can just have his rules in the box. Do like the way Games Workshop are doing that now. And then there it is in different languages as well. I was thinking, why is there so many different rules? It's all the different languages for him. And then obviously a painting guide at the back. So if you want to paint Mortarian like that, you're going to need all those colours. You've either got them or you can buy them. We sell them all. So I'm going to actually move this off so that you're not getting confused with the sprues underneath. And bring each sprue in separately. So here's the first sprue. Is that in focus? There we go. So there's the first sprue. These wings, if you look at the size of my hands, these wings are huge, absolutely huge. And then pieces of his body. This is just pieces of his base. But when you look at this, the detail inside there, the decay and the veins that are coming through. We expect fantastic detail anyway. This is absolutely stunning detail. That's one sprue. And here's the other sprue with, again, all those extra juicy bits. There's his weapons in there as well. There's silence, the main head off silence. And then you've got all the different little parts that are coming off it. The little nerglings, little wing nerglings. Where are you? Where are you, wing nerglings? There's their wings, so the nerglings are in there somewhere. And they're all available to buy. And that's it. It's only 2 sprues. You've then got, obviously, a large base to go with it as well. But again, just show you them there. There's one of the nerglings down at the bottom. Another nergling there is going to need, he's got the cowl over him as well. I just think I'm excited to build this model, like genuinely. You get a left and right hand option to put the weapons in as well, so you can pose them whichever way around you want. But again, there's those pieces there. It's just, this is an absolutely stunning model. And obviously we're discounted on price with it as well. So feel free, head over, buy your copy of Mortarian. And that's kind of it. I say it's not a massively in-depth. I'm sure other people are going to do building logs and stuff with it. I'm just there to show you the sprues, get you excited about it, show you those dice. Let's do them one more time, see whether or not it's a good roll. 1, 1, 1. So there's some 1s. There's a 5, there's a 3, there's a 3, there's a 3, there's a 6, there's a 3. Do you know what? I'm convinced that they're fine. I know people are complaining. I'm going to use them. So let's see where we go with them. And that's it then, guys. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed all that. If you want a more in-depth look at that codex, then please go and visit one of my sponsored channels, which is Winters SEO. He has got a review up there, and in typical Winters narrative style, it comes across really well, and it gives you much more detail than I'm ever going to show you on one of these short videos. This is just to give you a flavour. If you like what you've seen, then please make sure you like, comment and subscribe on the video. Feel free to drop comments letting me know what you would like to see in the future and how you think this all went. And then obviously press that little bell button, which will give you a notification every single time we upload a video. Finally, guys, don't forget, if you were available on Wednesday evenings, 8 PM British Standard Time, then try and tune into War Games on Wednesday, where you'll see some banter and chat between myself and Georgie. Sometimes we have guests on, sometimes we have giveaways, and it's just a bit of fun for an hour. It gives you some information on what's going on, a chance to talk with us, and hopefully we'll see you there. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.